I'm Rick Stivers. Welcome to YoungMartin'sReels. Today's project is going to be the Zebco 89. Man, this is a beast of a reel. And this thing was designed, according to the instruction manual that I got for it, for saltwater, and which I was surprised. And man, this is a big, beefy reel. I'm actually, if I'm happy about the way this turns out, I'm going to put 15-pound test line on this thing, and I'm going to use it in my redfish, or put it on my boat and try it out for redfish. It just feels really, really nice. I like this reel. I don't know what time frame this was made. I'm going to see if Jim can tell me, in which case I'll post it right here. And in the meantime, let's go ahead and get started on this thing. We're going to go ahead and start off by taking off the cover. This is a very unique cover. You unscrew this screw up here, and then you rotate the front cover clockwise, like that. That pulls it off of this hook down here, and that takes it off from up here, and then that front cover comes off. Looking at the condition of this reel, I don't believe this reel's ever been used. Okay, let's go ahead and see if we can take, oh, there we go. Now the back cover's off. Okay, so we've got the front and the back cover off. Let's see if we can take this, oh, look there. Okay, that's easy enough. Needs a little bit of cleaning, but aside from, man, that thing is heavy. All right, let's see what we got on the front side of this. Well, let's go ahead and take the handle off. Okay, there we go. And at this point, let's see if the axle shaft will come out. Yes, it is an out the rear type axle shaft. Let's take that out. And okay, I'm trying to figure out how you keep this out of the way while you remove the gear. See, in this position right here, that comes out there, but that doesn't clear this. Yeah, there's a bunch of old grease on there. That's not going to clear that, so let's flip it back the other way. There we go. That way. And see. It's got some really old grease in it. I don't want to bend and break this piece right here. So let's put that back in there and see if we can get that to go around behind it. Tell you what, it's really sticking bad, so let's add a little oil and see if we can loosen that up a little bit there. It does not want to. Okay, let's spray a little WD-40 down this hole. See if that helps. Yeah, that's better. Okay, let's see now if we can get this past this little tab. I'll push it back and pull this out, get it behind the gear. Like that. There we go. Now the gear should be able to come out. Okay. Thanks to Jim Jones. This is a comeback. This is an edited portion of this video. Thanks to Jim Jones, he discussed it, said he'd never seen one of these where the main gear was impacting the spring, and I took this parts reel that I have here apart and said, well, it's hitting on this one too, Jim. And I got to looking at it after saying that, and I realized what the deal was. If you look at this spring, it pivots down. It's on one single rivet. You just take, if you're hitting, and push it down like that. Now your main gear will clear, and you don't hit that, no bending or anything else when you go to put it back. Here we go. It's going to be the same thing. Push it back in, and if you need to, if you've pushed it down too far, you can just gently pull it back up to where it belongs, like that. And there you go. So you guys watching this video now will see the edited version of this. And thanks, Jim. I appreciate that. And, okay. Like I said, I don't believe this gear, this reel has ever been used. There's no sign of wear anywhere. Just old grease. All right, that's got that. We'll scrub that up. Let's take the spool off. Well, no, it has been used because it's got line. And if you look at that line has definitely played a few games. Okay, somebody didn't get it wound on good, and that's probably where this ended up. Okay, let's go ahead and take this off. There we go. Oh, that needs some cleaning for sure. Okay, and this must be, yeah, that's your drag plate right there. And we're going to clean that up. That pushes in and out based on this wheel. Okay, yep, that levers it back and forth, and as it moves, watch the lever. As it moves back and forth, it changes the angle on that and creates more drag. Okay, all right. We're definitely going to strip all this line off of this spool and clean it up. Man, look at that. It's a stainless steel spool, stainless steel rotor. Man, this thing is nice. Big steel gears. This guy's going fishing with me. I'm going to get this guy cleaned up, and I'll be back in a minute. We're back. The parts have been cleaned, and we're ready to start assembly. Okay, I've cleaned this up pretty well. It wouldn't hurt to run a Q-tip across it one more last time. But, yeah, it's pretty clean. And let's go ahead and oil these pivot points on this and oil all the places that have to move while it's doing its anti-reverse and everything else. Okay, now we're going to put in the axle shaft, main gear, and we're going to oil it on the shaft. And then we're going to come back and we're going to add some grease right along here, like that. We're going to slide that in, and hopefully when we slide it in, it's going to slide past this little cog down here, little tab that we had trouble getting it past to begin with. There we go. Snaps right on. Over into place. Okay. I've quieted it down by adding grease there. If you wish for this clicker to be noisier, you can remove the grease and keep it off of there, but I quiet it down. I don't mind the noise, but I'm looking for it to be a little less wear on the parts when they're running. Okay. We're going to now install our axle shaft, and we're going to put oil on the axle shaft here, and then I'm going to go ahead and put some grease here. I normally will wait, but I'll go ahead and put it on here now. And let's go ahead and drop that axle shaft in like that. Rotate this around a little bit while holding a little bit of tension, and it should lock into place like that. There we go. And let's go ahead and start putting the front side together. Now, I went ahead and put new line on the spool, and we're going to take and grease this center hub right here and a little bit right there so that this spool can rotate as needed. And we're going to slide it on. If we can get that, see, yeah, we're in the right position. There we go. Spool's in place. And you got to make sure that your line isn't trapped under the spool, which it is. Okay. There we go. And we'll wrap that around a little bit there. It's going to pop loose again, but that's okay. It keeps it out of the way for the moment. All right, now we're going to put this clip back on. Snap that into place. And our axle shaft is trying to drop out, so let's go ahead and see about installing our rotor, our spinner head. This is a Zebco, so this is a spinner head Now what we're going to do is we're going to oil the places where the pin pivots on the spinner head. Okay, there we go, like that. And then we're going to put the spinner head in place and screw it down. And that will hold our axle shaft in, keep it from falling out. At this point, we can go ahead, put our handle on. And let's go ahead and give it a shot of oil in each of the knobs. That'll help keep them from squeaking and wearing. Okay, let's see what we got here. And we got the line down here where it doesn't belong. There we go. Okay, now let's see if this spins okay. Oh yeah, that's nice. Okay, at this point, we can go ahead and set the body back into the case, like so. And we can set, once we put the line through, let's go ahead, slide that back in. Keep the line through and put it in place, and then turn it counterclockwise until it locks into place. Go ahead, tighten the cover screw back down, and let's see if we have drag. There's our drag. Let's tighten the drag up. Yeah. Good. Okay. Line comes out freely for a cast. All right, now let's check these positions down below. Okay, we've got this position. All right, that's where things are in normal, like a regular Zebco reel operates. We go to the center position, right there, that switch position, and now we have no anti-reverse and no click. Okay, now if we flip it up one more notch to there, now we've got a clicker. I think we do. No, we should have a clicker. Okay, we're gonna have to go back in. What did I do wrong? Let's find out. Okay, when we put this back in, I bent this. Okay, so now it's no longer hitting on the pinion. Now it should hit the pinion. There we go. That's got it back and running again. I hate taking that main gear out and bending that piece, but I didn't see any other way to do it. Okay, so there we have it. In the center position, you've got no click and no anti-reverse. There we go. And then in this lower position, we have anti-reverse and no click. All right, let's throw it back together one more time. And folks, this guy's going on my boat. I want to try to fish this thing. There we go. Lock it back in place. Tighten down the screw. And let's see what we got. All the way down, we should have regular operation. Drag, anti-reverse, flip it up to one position, and we should have no anti-reverse and no clicker. All the way up, you've got a bait clicker and no anti-reverse. All right, so There you have the Zebco 89. I'm gonna put a little bit of grease on this thing just to see if it makes it look a little better. Probably not. Actually, that did improve the looks just a little bit, but I don't know what it's going to do in the hot sun. Anyway, there you have it. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please hit the like button. If you didn't didn't like it, hit the dislike button. Tell me what you didn't like about it. And for now, that's Rick Stivers, the Young Martin's Reels, signing out.